Do you know what the lunatics argue when you bring
What?
that up? These lunatics, they'll argue, no, no, no. The conservative men are just as mentally ill. It's just undiagnosed because there's a stigma in conservative communities about going to get your mental illness diagnosed. And I always point out, and I think this is an interesting way to point this out, like maybe they're not going to get diagnosed because they don't have a problem. Did you ever think of that?
It's possible.
I think that men often, especially conservative men, get as much out of their close relationships with friends and family as they would going to a psychologist. In other words, I think just having somebody to talk to who's a close friend, who's intricately familiar with your situation, probably gives you more value than going to a complete stranger who has learned manipulation techniques. That's what they learn, essentially, is manipulation techniques. I think there's more value there. And so I think that the stigma which exists there doesn't exist because it's like you're not manly, which is how they try to frame it. I think the stigma exists there because so many conservative men go, well, I tried that shit and it was nonsense. I
There's
tried
some of
it and
that,
it
yeah.
sucked. I tried it and it was worth I went to marriage counseling, did nothing. Sided with the wife, right? I went for this issue, did nothing. But when I went out and had some beers with my friends, that actually helped relieve some of
Yeah.
these issues.
I think the problem with that is there's a lot of guys who don't have good friends, and you don't have someone that you can count on, unfortunately. There's a lot of men out there that are lost.